Hello, hello, Trinity from Esoteria LLC. I just got back from our retreat. I missed you all so terribly much, but we did have an absolutely wonderful time with the ladies. For real. Seriously. We're planning a Yule retreat now, which will obviously be in December. So if you are woo like us, I've got several little crafty things that we're going to be doing that will help us manifest certain aspects of our life into existence. And just to celebrate each other. I think that's the more important thing about it. I have an assistant here. He is my favorite youngest son, but he won't be on camera. All right, so I have got Wild Unknown Tarot for tarot tonight. I have got the Tea Leaf Oracle cards, and I have got the Wild Unknown Alchemy deck. Can you take this? Thank you. See, I needed an assistant. The good Lord knew it. And what we're going to do tonight is we're going to actually be asking for guidance on how to handle the conjunction between Venus and Jupiter on Tuesday, the 9th of June, 2026. However, these are timeless readings. If this is something where you're stumbling upon this at a later date, just know that the energies around you right now are primed with that energy that we collectively are experiencing. And so this still will apply to you. It is a general reading. Do be aware of that. Not everything is going to fit, nor should you try and argue with it to try and make it fit. If it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, move along. It's fine. There are tons of readers. There are also tons more videos on my channel that you can go look at. Maybe you'll find one. Maybe that's why Spirit brought you here. This might not be your reading, but one of my other ones might be. So, I'm being told alchemy first, and I'm to split the deck twice. So there's 1 and 2, 3. All right. Thank you. Ever so kind. All right. So before I flip these cards over, as I was shuffling, I cannot remember the name of the artist who sang it, but At Last. Is it Etta Jones? Etta James? Etta Jones? Etta somebody. It's the song At Last My Love Has Come Along. You know it. I know you know it. If you don't, go listen to it because you should know it. But I'm not quite sure what that means. And anytime I sit down to do a reading, everything that happens, including songs that come to my brain, visions that come to my brain, a cat that decides to get up and play with fire, anything informs the reading. And that was the other thing that happened. I was singing and he jumped up. So apparently my cat is the love that's come along. All right. So I've got Earth's Heart for our first card tonight. So many bugs. Gold for our second card. And our third card is calcification. Okay. All right. So many bugs. Okay. So intuitively, as I'm reading this, I do not have the guidebook out here with me. So evidently this is needing to be an intuitive reading and not from the direct guidebook. You can look up the meaning of these cards on the internets, the interwebs, and read what each one of them has to say for you. But this is going to be my interpretation. You're at a crossroads right now. You are I'm seeing a rose, but it's very, very buried deep. And I'm kind of also seeing like an anatomical heart here. Obviously it's Earth's heart. So it's almost like your heart has been buried for a very, very long time. This could be under layers of trauma, betrayal, you know, just toxic relationships over time. It does not have to necessarily be romantic, but since there is a rose here, I would highly suspect that this is romantic love that we're talking about, particularly because we had that song that came through originally. So the crossroads is, are you going to let it calcify and harden? Or are you going to turn that heart into gold? Okay. And this conjunction that's going to be happening here on Tuesday is between Venus and Jupiter. And it's, you know, Venus is the planet of luxury and love and romance and beauty and just luxuriating in life. Think the Empress card in the tarot. Jupiter wants to expand. It is all about, you know, being big and bold and, you know, unapologetically authentic for itself. That is the typically, goodness, these gnats, we're going to have to make this a quick reading. These gnats are driving me nuts. When these two planets come together, it is kind of like, I usually think of Mars and Venus as being the divine masculine and divine feminine, but in actuality, I think this is more applicable for healthy love, because Mars and Venus is almost like a lot of interfighting between a couple, whereas Jupiter and Venus is the protector and the nurturer coming together. Okay. So you are going to have an opportunity and you get to decide. I mean, at the end of the day, we all have free will. Are we going to go ahead and take that leap of faith and, you know, move forward with a heart of gold or with a hard heart? So let's go ahead. This bug. Oh, well, he's telling us something. We've got wealth and Tankard, which is celebration, fun, and enjoyment. Okay. So my first question was actually, you know, what will happen if we turn our heart into gold? And honestly, that's really what's going to happen. We're going to be joyous and free. We're going to be able to attract more abundance and prosperity into our lives. Aside from, you know, romantic relationships and stuff like that, abundance doesn't necessarily have to mean wealth, but this certainly is definitely a path to wealth. Think lemons making lemonade type scenario as far as what it means to turn your heart into gold. Okay. Next one, if you calcify, I've got apple. Temptation will test you.
Can I do one?
And fox. Yes, hold on just a second. And fox. Shrewdness of resources, especially in business. Okay. So honestly, I'm seeing the difference between being self-centered and self-loving. And there's a fine line between the two. If you would like to pull 3 cards from that deck, that would be great.
Does it have to be from the top?
It does not, and you can shuffle if you want.
I'm going to take off that.
We are family. I got all my sisters and me. And sons. Okay. So we've got a message from a 14-year-old, which is telling me that your inner teenager is really the one that's wounded right now. And this is the message that's coming through on that. All right, shark. Take care, or there will be a loss of material wealth. Okay. I, psychic abilities, trust your intuition. And bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. Okay. So basically the message that I'm hearing is that, it's really time to forgive and forget. Sometimes the best way to forgive is to forget, is what I'm hearing. This is a scenario where you may have been hurt in the past, but it's really time to move forward into this new age, into this new chapter. Allow yourself to love again, not just other people, but for yourself too. It would seem to be that you're a person who has really been very cruel to themselves in their mental thought process. Lots of berating. Why did I do this? Why did I do that? I'm so stupid. That sort of thing. Talk kindly to yourself. I actually, over the weekend, I cracked a joke about being stupid, and one of the ladies at the retreat just looked at me and said, "You're talking to my friend. Quit talking to her that way." And I really appreciated that. Sometimes we do need our community of soul tribe to, remind us, hey, quit beating yourself up. You're a wonderful person, and you really are a wonderful person. So I certainly hope that you can kind of take control of those thought processes that are going on, because you deserve a lot better than what you're giving yourself at this time. Once you do that, that heart of gold is going to be coming through. You actually have a psychic ability, I'm being told, that you already are very intuitive. You're already very psychic. However, there is a gift, a blessing in the form of a psychic ability that has not been tapped into yet because of this mental thought process. Doubt, self-doubt in particular, is what's blocking it. So if you can get rid of that self-doubt, that ability is going to awaken. Once it does, you may be like, oh, did that actually happen? I don't believe that happened. That's going to make it retract again. So try to just embrace it and accept it for what it is, and understand that if something weird is happening to you, it could be your clairaudience starts going, where you're like driving down the road and you're listening to music and all of a sudden something's talking to you through the music. It could be that you all of a sudden start having overwhelming feelings that aren't yours. It could be mediumship abilities. I do have one lady who had a very similar message to this one, where she was being told that her mediumship abilities were going to be increasing very rapidly. And her comment was, oh, I don't know, like I want to be, but I don't even know where to begin, and I don't know how to start. And honestly, start there. Just accept you're a medium. You're clairaudient, you're clairsentient, you have any number of capabilities. This is a new one. It may take some time to integrate it, but it will come on fast and heavy, especially with this conjunction, I believe. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead. I already did pre-shuffle this, so give us another message, Spirit, about what this conjunction will look like should we choose to, I guess, advice on how to turn our heart into gold instead of letting it harden. How do we turn our heart into gold instead of hardening it? Okay. I'm being told those three. Oh, we got another three. Okay. So 2 bits of advice. Let's go with the first message first, obviously. All right, so first card is the Lovers. You have to make the decision that you're going to work toward this. And yes, there will be work. It's not just the decision. It's the work of being kinder. The work of being more self-compassionate. The work of understanding that though you've had bad relationships in the past that may have been toxic, that does not mean that all people of romantic interest out there are bad or toxic, okay? Like, for me, I'm heterosexual, so not all men are bad, would be the message for me. But making this decision and then asking Spirit to guide you so that it can show you examples of good men out there for me, or women, if you're a man watching this and you're heterosexual. or if you're gay or straight. It doesn't really matter. But someone of the opposite sex, and it's making a heavy emphasis on romance for this reading. So I would not be surprised if this is definitely a romantic partnership. I'm not really seeing career wise. I am seeing that your ability to manifest wealth into your life will increase once you start to be more loving and open to receiving love. That may not have anything to do with your career, but like I think it's Elon Musk who says he does his best work when he's in love, and that's kind of the sentiment. Although I have, that's all I'm gonna say about Elon Musk. The Magician, you can manifest this, okay? And the Empress, look at that. You have all of the I'm hearing you have more creative energy in your pinky finger than most people do. You can manifest this, make the decision to do so. You can manifest this into your life if this is what you truly desire, which a lot of us, once we've been hurt, it's like our greatest desire is to have a deeply committed, faithful, loyal, abundant, healthy relationship. And it can be draining when we see so many people who just operate in low vibration or in lack mentality. Okay? Keep focusing on yourself and your own mentality, and you will attract the other people who have that same vibration. Okay? Because we attract what we are. We manifest what we are, not what we want. Okay? Want is desire, and desire is the cause of suffering in Buddhism. And the reason why is because that is a lack mentality, and you are energetically blocking it from coming in for you when you are desiring it so much. So just focus on yourself, focus on your own lack mentality pitfalls that you have right now. And once those are resolved, you're going to very easily attract people, places, and things, events, circumstances into your life that are full of abundance and prosperity, okay? In fact, it'll happen very quickly, especially around this conjunction. I would not be surprised if you saw something very fortuitous on that day, whether it would be a vision or a message from the universe, or something actually physically manifesting incredibly fast for you that day that you've been wanting for a long time. And I'm hearing go big or go home. Make sure that when you're shooting your arrow, try and hit the target. And ask for something big, okay? Don't be afraid to ask for something big. All right. Mother of Swords. Son of Wands. And the Three of Pentacles. Okay. This is a message of if you don't make the decision, you're going to lose out on some people. And this may be something where you owe someone an amends. And I'm not sure why that's coming into this reading, but, figure out who that is and make that amends as soon as you possibly can. But make sure that it's meaningful. Don't just say, I'm sorry, and then go back and do the same damn thing. This is going to be life-changing for you. This is a life-changing moment. This is definitely a crossroads moment. You can do this. You can do this. And furthermore, you deserve to do this for yourself. Okay? All right. I'm going to head inside. It is almost midnight, and I'm getting eaten up by bugs. But I wanted to pop on here since I haven't been doing anything since I was at the retreat. If you want to book a personal reading, my email is trinity@esoteriallc.com. I do have a few more spaces available this week in the afternoons. So just head on over there. But until next time, if no one's told you today, know that I love you. Take care.